Hello and welcome to Illuminated Insights. Over the past few days I've been recollecting on my spiritual journey. So that journey started in earnest in about 2017, which was an outcome of a very dark time in my life. When I talk about my journey, I talk about it in the context of moving from the dark to the light. And I've been very fortunate that I have actually done that. The purpose of my messaging by way of these videos is to say to people that it's eminently possible to move from the dark to the light, and I know because I did it. I also have some writings on a website which is viviendolamahia.nz.com. That includes my full life story, which I wrote in 2025. And while I don't write my story as a step-by-step guide for anybody on how to do what I've done, it's there, as I say, as inspiration. Now, over the last few days, I've also been thinking about some of the most seminal moments that have occurred on that journey. And starting in about 2016, I was in the darkest spot of all. That was when I was trying to subconsciously destroy myself, having faced probably the worst moment of my life. Soon after, though, early January 2017, I was in a place where I had to make a decision. And it was in that moment in time that I made a decision to follow a spiritual life, to go out and live a spiritual life. Previously, I had been very interested in spiritual matters, but I hadn't really committed myself to the path. And what I found on reflection is once I committed myself to the path, things started to change. And certainly of recent years, things have compounded, and had an accelerated movement towards what I call my spiritual ascension and ultimate illumination. So 2017, early 2017, I was lying in a hospital bed, and I knew that if I didn't do something different, I was going to end up in a very, very bad place. So jumping ahead, another most seminal moment was when I saw the light. Now, I saw the light by way of what had been a long journey to get to that point, but in July 2025, which is exactly 1 year ago now, I was in the middle of the Amazon jungle, and during some ceremonies involving ancient Peruvian medicines, I visited the light. I experienced it. And it was the most incredible moment in my life, most profound moment. So when I look back at just some of those things, and in fact look back at all my life when I was writing my story, I realised that so many moments had occurred in my life that were things that set me on my path. Everything set me on my path. At the time, particularly with the darkness, I didn't realise what the significance of them was. But they were effectively lights. Some of them very weak light because the darkness was prevailing. But all along the way there was light on my path, and it was lighting my way to the future. And the future is now. And what I have now is I'm living the most wonderful life. I've experienced so many wonderful, magical things in my life that I'm so glad I walked that path. So what I would say here is that it's really important to be open to seeing those messages. The universe will present those messages. We may not know what they mean at that time, but when one commits to the spiritual path, and perhaps from my perspective looking back, they were all seminal moments which were so important for me that I really acknowledge them now. Now, if anyone is interested, they can check out my other videos. I have my YouTube channel, and you're welcome to subscribe to that, of course, and hit the notification button as well. And if anything that here resonates with you or anybody else that you may know, you're welcome to share them, comment. It's all free. It's my gift to the world. It's sharing the light and the inspiration in the hope that my experiences can actually add something to others' journeys. In the meantime, I'll ask you to enjoy the journey. We will meet when we should, and namaste.